Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Graham and this is the Jedi Knights Watch, and today we're going to be taking this DX19 that I just got from one of my awesome viewers for a pretty awesome steal. Thank you, Albert, for hooking me up with this. I just got the OT Customs Dark Knight cowl, so I've been really wanting to kind of build the ultimate Batman, so that's what we're going to do today, at least as a placeholder. I do have the Armory, the 2.0 Armory on pre-order, which hopefully comes out still this summer, but nonetheless, I'm going to use that eventually as my ultimate Batman, and then this will go in the Armory, but for now, I'm going to build myself the ultimate Batman, which I know the other Armory, Dark Knight Rises, is out, but this is going to be a close second. So this is the DX19. This came out a couple years ago, and I believe I have done a review on this as well. Had it a couple years ago, sold it because I just wasn't really overall happy with the way this figure turned out. We're going to talk about some of those things today. We're not going to do a full in-depth review on this figure. We're going to just get him out of the box. We're going to see what he looks like stock, and then we're going to look at the pieces that I'm bringing to the table in order to kind of make this my personal ultimate Batman figure. And the reason why I've had the original Dark Knight, I've had the DX12, I've had the DX19, and none of them could really come close to what Batman should look like. Same thing with Batman Begins. Like, this is a good effort, you know, it's better than Begins, but nonetheless, the cowl is still just not there. There's just these inaccuracies that really throw this thing off for me. So I've always just had this weird feeling about this figure. The base is a reuse of the 12 too, but let's get him out onto the table so you can kind of see what he looks like stock. He's not that bad, actually. When I put the cape on, I was like, wow, this cape is actually a lot better than, you know, I kind of remember. It's not like super bulky like the DX12. Like, you can kind of see it rising there on the shoulders a little bit, but nonetheless, it's not too bad. But it's really there in the neck and the cowl. Some of these proportions aren't the best in the shoulders and the chest either. We're not going to be able to change that today. Of course, there are a couple mods that you guys can do out there to even improve that a little bit more too, but we're going to wait for the Armory 2.0 to get the best of the best. But here is what we can do today, and I'm super excited to do this. So getting a good look here at the stock figure, the DX19 himself. He's not terrible, but the eyes are too big, the neck is too thin, the cowl isn't the right shape, and we're going to start with a draping cape from Jackson from 1/6 Kit. I actually got mine though from Batman Collectibles. Shout out to him for hooking me up on Instagram. Thank you so much, my friend. And then I have this Display Heroes base kind of off to the side. It's got a really nice plaque on the front with DC, and then the Dark Knights even got like felt there on the bottom. Simplistic, but it's really going to do the trick. So I've had that, so I'm going to use that instead of those stair bases. And then here's the moneymaker right here, the OT Customs cowl and neck, and this is painted by Abram himself, Honest Abe Customs on Instagram. You guys can find him there. We're going to take a closer look at these mouth plates, at this cowl. I'm really impressed. I think he just kind of started painting these cowls not too long ago. He's done Batman Begins. He's doing Dark Knight right now. Maybe down the road I'm going to have him do a BVS Batman for me. But looking at the OT cowl, it is so much more accurate and it looks so much better. The neck is thicker. It's not going to be as long. The face plates look great as well. But look at Abram's painting techniques here compared to the DX19. Like, the DX19's on the right. Look at the skin, like it's so much more tan, it's shiny, just doesn't look as natural. The lips on Abram's cowl look really, really nice, and it just looks super realistic. The eyes, they're not as wide open as the DX19. Both have movable eyes as well, so the OT cowl, you can have movable eyes, you can position them any way you want, so it just looks so much more realistic, so much more authentic. And I understand this isn't going to be for everybody. These aren't cheap head sculpts to just kind of plop onto your figure, so it does take some resources. But if you want the best of the best, if you're a real big Batman fan and you want it to look as close as possible to screen accurate, man, this is for you. You will not be disappointed. Here are the other face plates that come with this Batman too. Some of them, they're kind of similar, like kind of just neutral face, a little bit of a frown, and then we have the open mouth on there as well. Which I really do dig, kind of that half open mouth, because I always see Christian Bale doing that a lot in the movie. But here's stock. We're going to have to take this neck out, but then there's this liner here on the neck too that we're going to have to remove. So this is not really reversible, but I found a way where if you're careful, you can rip it out, and then if you really needed to go back, you could put it back. Comparing the bases here, again, we have the DX19, which is a reissue, and they just did a different paint app. It's a really old DX base, which still has the light housing in there. It's just, it was a lazy attempt by Hot Toys. Here we're gonna go with a more simplistic base with display heroes, and just, yeah, something where he's more level with all the other figures. But here we're gonna have to tuck in the cape, so we're just using like a little screwdriver to get the cape tucked in. We've got to really press this neck down on the OT one, and then we can put our head on there. And then finally, let's grab that base and put the figure on. And finally, we can see the difference that we're making in this figure itself. So we have the DX19 stock on the right. And on the left, we do have our modified figure with the cowl, the OT cowl. Abram painted that. And then we have the cape and, of course, the base. It looks so much better than the than just the DX19 itself out of the box. And maybe, like, I feel like it's almost not even doing justice here on screen, but looking at it, it looks so authentic to the movie. I really can't believe it. I'm over the moon about it. Here we're comparing it with the Batman Begins figure that I modified thanks to DLO The Collector. Got the OT Customs cowl there, as well as the OT cape. And like, there was a time when I never thought I'd have these figures because OT just seems so far out of reach. So it's mind-blowing that I'm here today sharing this with you, and I finally am able to, like, be proud of my Dark Knight Batman figures, because for a while it just felt like Hot Toys, they can't get it right, and you know, I just was very disgruntled, and man, I feel just so content right now. So it's a great feeling. But here we're just looking at him a little bit closer too. Look at how awesome this looks. Kind of changing the angles of the figure so you can see how the light hits it too, like natural lighting. It just kind of has shadow over the eyes as well. That open mouth faceplate looks great. So I'm really impressed with how this turned out. Really impressed with OT Customs, the accuracy of the cowl, and then obviously Abram and the job that he's done painting this thing. And then Jackson, it always has great capes, so you can't go wrong with it. And of course, I love this base because it's display heroes. He makes, this is more of the simplistic bases that he does. He does a lot of other ones too, which is more like a terrain type. But I think this works, like just keeping it simple with Batman. But nonetheless, guys, I'm super stoked to have this in the collection. Again, I'm going to have the Armory 2.0, which this head sculpt and cape is going to go on, and then this will go in the Armory. So this is temporary. We're going to get even a better figure with better proportions going forward. But I got to say, like, this passes for an amazing Batman. Look at this head sculpt. You can't tell me this does not look like Christian Bale, and that this doesn't really heighten the accuracy and the shelf presence of this figure. He looks great. And speaking of shelf presence, let's take a look at him in the display with the Dark Knight. Here he is in the Maju case in the back there. So we're seeing all of the figures that I have so far. Of course, the Armory's on pre-order. Scarecrow is going to be coming home as well. So this will be a full shelf in the next year or so. But look at those two together. We got Begins in front, the Beast, and then the more sleek version there in the back. I'm so happy with this. Thank you to OT Customs for making this, but thank you to Abram for obviously hooking me up with this, doing such a great job with the paint work and getting this to me safely and quickly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and till next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.